Thank you for joining the IBM SPSS Collaboration Deployment Services demonstration. IBM SPSS Collaboration Deployment Services is a platform for the management and deployment of analytical assets. For the following demonstration, we will be focusing on the collaboration aspect of the platform. Collaboration is a key to developing and implementing analytics across the enterprise. IBM SPSS Collaboration Deployment Services makes it possible to share and reuse assets efficiently, protect them in ways that meet internal and external compliance requirements, and publish results so that a greater number of business users can view and interact with results. Let's move on to a demonstration. We begin by logging in to the online deployment portal. Using Collaboration Deployment Services, you can manage a variety of analytical assets. From statistics data and command files to many other file types like Word, PowerPoint, and PDF, all within a centralized and secured environment. Think of them simply as stored objects in a repository. Users can view any object that's allowed by their account permissions. Let's take a look at a report that is published directly from IBM SPSS Statistics desktop application. Here you see some tables and charts. If you like, you could open these tables into their own separate windows for easier viewing. Notice that the users can interactively cycle the table through various layers to display the results specific to certain subgroups in the data, just as you can when viewing this from within the Statistics desktop application. You could also pivot the various layers to be displayed in either the columns or the rows. So for example, you can move the summary statistics into the layers and use the grouping variables to define the columns instead. Users can choose to download any of the individual output items, such as saving a table out to an Excel file, or export the entire output document as a native statistics output file, a PDF, or a plain RTF document. Remember that these tables are previously generated from IBM SPSS Statistics application and published to the Collaboration and Deployment Services repository. While they are interactive to a point, the available results are static in nature. What I mean by that is that you don't have access to the raw data to be able to define your own customized tables and charts. But for some business users and analysts, you might like to allow greater access to conduct further analysis. These users can be assigned different access privileges that will allow them to access the data rather than just the reports which summarize it. Custom dialog boxes are just another example of the types of objects that can be created and stored directly from the Statistics desktop application into the Collaboration and Deployment Services repository. So for example, we can provide users with the capability to generate a cluster bar chart based on the variables they choose. While this is processing, keep in mind that this dialog box was created from within the Statistics application and stored within the repository. You do not need any web programming skills to be able to do this. Here's the resulting cluster bar chart. Through the use of custom dialog boxes, you can allow users to perform any type of procedures or analysis found within the IBM SPSS Statistics application over the web. Here are some additional examples. Let's take a look at a custom dialog box that builds a basic frequencies table. and a custom dialog box that performs a regression analysis. Let's now take a look at how the repository contents were published. Users of the SPSS desktop applications, such as Modeler or Statistics, can interact directly with the repository to store and retrieve files. Using the IBM SPSS Statistics application, for example, users first provide the necessary credentials to gain access. From here on out, storing or retrieving any files is quite straightforward. You simply click on the bottom menu button and the repository appears just like a file system, except that the files are kept in a place that's not only secure but also version controlled. To build a custom dialog boxes which allow users to perform real-time analysis over the web, use the custom dialog builder found under the Utilities menu. On the left is a list of items you can use to build a dialog box, from variable lists to buttons. You simply drag the necessary controls over to the right to design the dialog box. The idea here is that you can control exactly what interactions you would want the users to have. For the actual procedure to take place, you insert the corresponding command syntax that your dialog box is designed to do. If this was a frequencies procedure, you would use the frequencies command. Let's skip ahead and open up the completed frequencies dialog box that we saw earlier from the repository. If you recall, this is the same dialog box when viewed over the deployment portal. The completed frequencies command syntax drives the actual procedure behind the scenes. To deploy this over the web, it's just a matter of saving it to the repository. Now that we've seen how the user can interact with the repository using the IBM SPSS Statistics application, let's take a look at how an administrator controls access to and manage the repository contents. Using the deployment manager, one with administrator credentials can set up different users and groups, as well as their roles through the server administration. Through the Content Explorer, the administrator can see all of the assets stored in the repository and is able to define access permissions to them. files can be managed by using a drag and drop interface. These are just some of the basic functions you could perform. For the deployment aspect of the Collaboration Deployment Services platform, the Deployment Manager can be used for automation, allowing you to construct and operationalize complex jobs that can involve multiple different scenarios, as well as the capability to integrate with other processes within an organization. In addition, when used in conjunction with IBM SPSS Modeler, you can manage the life cycles of predictive models and integrate real-time scoring within key business processes for making better decisions. For more information, please contact an IBM SPSS representative. Thank you.